Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. If you enjoy these videos, do me a favor and subscribe to our YouTube channel right here at Watchbox Reviews. If you enjoy these watches, you can buy them on our website, thewatchbox.com. Buy, trade, and sell luxury watches 24 hours a day and globally on thewatchbox.com. And today we are discussing a recent but bygone collection of Vacheron timepieces by the name of Royal Eagle. Originally launched back at the dawn of the current millennium, it was merged with the Malt collection in the mid-2000s. So though the circa 2001 Royal Eagle collection may look quite familiar, nevertheless, the nomenclature has been somewhat phased out. But the watches are timeless. Now, since 1912, Vacheron has been both a pioneer and a champion of the tonneau-shaped case. An early adopter of the wristwatch format, Vacheron got on board early, and this watch is largely a tribute to that era, not so much Art Deco as the era that preceded it. The timepiece is fairly large on my 16-centimeter circumference wrist. You'll note 35.5 millimeters from 9 to 3, not inclusive of the crown. And you can see that this reference 49145 date 8 is 10.7 millimeters thick, so relatively slim, and the flanks of the tonneau do fall off rather dramatically, so you will be able to slide it underneath a dress sleeve, not just the jacket but the shirt beneath. From lug to lug, it's 49.3 millimeters, which makes this watch fairly substantial by Vacheron standards. I would say it wears much like a 42 millimeter round watch. In terms of the lug spacing, should you wish to accessorize, the strap is a size 19 millimeter. Now you will note that the case does a good job of bending around the wrist rather than flaring out stridently. Because of the curvature of the case, it does have a little bit of a tuck and a tumble around the edge of the wrist. These are nicely underslung and stubby lugs, great for smaller wrists. I believe you could wear this watch on a wrist as small as 14.5 centimeters circumference. The strap is best described as a medium brown, medium rectangular scale alligator leather, and it is bolstered down its center with a folded edge and a monotone stitch. On the underside it is calfskin, and the watch comes with a matching Vacheron Maltese Cross yellow gold pin buckle. You'll also note that the lugs are drilled relatively close to the case, so the look is highly integrated. We can give ourselves a bit more aperture right now, get some more light on this watch. The look is highly integrated, but at the same time, there's no constraint in the movement of the strap. It's not pinned against the case flank. You can pull it straight down. If you get close to the case, and why not, you'll note that it's beautifully formed with fluted flanks, stepped lugs. There's a little bit of a flare whereby the lugs are actually wider at their end than they are at the point where they join the case. There's a distinct character line that runs the length of the case band, and it's defined by the mid case, which is bounded by a step to the bezel and a step to the case back. You'll also note entirely in high polish, this is a yellow gold watch with a strong form and a strong presence on the wrist. This is not for those who like to be discreet or anonymous. The dial, however, is very handsome, nicely balanced. When you have a calendar watch without apertures, it's always best for the radial registers to be balanced or centralized. And in fact, here they are nicely balanced with the day at 9 and the date at 3. You could be mistaken if you took this watch for a chronograph, but it would be understandable because it has a very chronograph-like dial register, right down to the unusual combination of sub-seconds and date radial displays. Now you do use pusher adjusters to adjust the date, but you'll note that all of the appliques and the chapter rings of the individual registers are beautifully polished yellow gold. So though it is a cool dial with a silver base in matte finish and yellow gold appliques, nevertheless it doesn't lack for balance, color, or charm. I would say prime among those features adding a little bit of charm and emotional warmth are the chopped Arabic numerals at 10, 2, 4, and 8, as well as the florid pre-Art Deco font style that's actually used for the numerals themselves. Now underneath the case, and you can see this is a Royal Eagle, you have Vacheron caliber 1206 QSL, automatic winding, 38-hour power reserve, 28,800 vibrations per hour, and this one a 31 joule auto with 30-meter water resistance. You're going to keep this one high and dry. This is a handsome watch, a stylish watch, a little bit of a retro enthusiast's delight. This is a timepiece that harks all the way back to the pre-World War I era, when wristwatches were just getting their start on the wrists of European gentlemen. You can relive those halcyon days and do so at the pinnacle of style with a big three house of Swiss high horology, the Vacheron Constantin Royal Eagle Day